It was actually more of a case yacht design found me. I had always planned to be an architect. I love the creative side of things. I also love the mathematical and the precision side of things. So that was the perfect combination. For whatever reason, I didn't actually pursue that, and I did various design courses, then set up a company which focused mostly on residential and a little bit of hospitality. And it was then purely by chance that I was introduced to Terence Disdale, who happened to have somebody going away on maternity leave for 3 months. So he said, would I come and actually help out just for a short term? That actually ended up being a 16-year apprenticeship within the yachting world, which I thoroughly enjoyed. The creative aspect, the designs were just extraordinary. The briefs were fantastic because they had great budgets. Everything about it was something that I just thoroughly enjoyed. So in 2010, when I set up Seymour Diamond, it seemed the obvious path to continue. I've been extremely fortunate. I've worked on such a range of boats from 30 metres to 160, each with incredible charm, different characteristics, and obviously following the taste and the desires of the owner. So I think really the job of falling in love with a boat is down to the client, and if we can ensure we can achieve that, then that is the ultimate goal. It was actually the most amazing series of events. I had recently set up Seymour Diamond and was going to be in France, so Summit very kindly invited me to pop down to Monaco and join them on their stand. And because I did, I ended up then being invited on board a boat, where then I met Tony Harris, who was organising the Diamond and White party that evening and was short of a guest. So with a name like Diamond, I was the obvious choice. So I went to the party and I sat next to Henk de Vries at dinner, and we were having a catch up about what I was doing, and he said that they happened to have a new 92 metre build. They were looking for some help with the design for the interior, and would I be interested to pitch? So of course I said yes. Having had a long history with Fedship, I couldn't think of anything more fantastic as a starting point for Seymour Diamond. So I think within a week I had been invited back and was on board a boat in the Monaco harbour with a client pitching, and was very fortunate, was awarded the contract. My rookie mistakes are slightly too embarrassing to admit to, actually. It's down to technology. I am not somebody who was born in the generation of computers, so the simplest things like backing up your work is something that people now take for granted. When I started, you had to remember to push a button quite regularly, and I think after doing a presentation for about 2 days, I was working late at night, just finished the final part of it, and the cleaner comes in and inadvertently unplugs my machine to put the hoover in, and I lost everything. I was very surprised the amount of advice that I was given when I first started up, but all of it very much appreciated. The common thread that went through most of the remarks were the ability to listen, and I think that's a fairly commonsensical approach. You have to be able to listen, you have to be able to absorb the brief that the client's giving you if you are then going to turn it into something that they really want at the end of the day. So the ability to listen is absolutely critical, and for me the other important factor was trying to establish budgets quite early on in the conversation, so that you do produce designs that they can actually have, and it's not something that is out of the scope or where they intended to be. So again, it avoids any kind of disappointment. What's very hard is actually convincing friends that yacht designers do work incredibly hard. I think there is this perception that it's one long party, which inevitably there are a few, but on the whole, you have to be so focused. Your level of attention to detail is like nothing else. The industry is constantly striving for perfection, for the next best thing, the next newest technology, ways to achieve something extraordinary for the client. So You are constantly putting all of yourself into it, and that is quite exhausting. It's very rewarding, but it is hard work. So it does amuse me that friends have a very different perception of the reality of it all. I think you have to define crazy, really. For somebody in the street, somebody who has never designed a yacht or even been on board a yacht, they might consider a lot of the requests as slightly bizarre. But if you're already designing something for a client who has had this wild idea of what they want to achieve, then if they ask for something that is a little bit different, it's really just our job to step outside of that box and make it happen for them. There seems to be such an abundance of yacht designers these days. I think everybody does a great job, but I personally tend to follow the artisans and the amazing creative ability they have to produce bespoke pieces of furniture with really beautiful textures and finishes, all to a standard that is just incredible. So for me, I think my admiration goes to the people who make the really specialized pieces that have to be put together by a good designer, but they are often the focal point and something that can make or break a room. So yeah, I think the talent and the expertise of the bespoke designers. Searching for that fantastic work-life balance that just is perfect and it works for everybody. I always seem to have a project on the go, and currently I'm taking the time to design my own apartment, which has been a lot of fun but very challenging at the moment. So always designing something, but definitely working on the find some time to have some fun.